We have a big NHL trade to discuss this evening. We finally have some movement on the NHL trade front. Jeff Skinner is on his way to Buffalo. We'll go over all the details of the trade, and I'll give you my reaction coming up next. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. We review and discuss all 31 NHL teams, so if you're a huge hockey fan, consider subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. So as we mentioned off the top, we finally have a big trade here in the NHL. We've been waiting for weeks here for something big to go down, and we finally have something to talk about. So Jeff Skinner has been traded from the Carolina Hurricanes over to the Buffalo Sabres. Now, of all the trade rumors that we've heard here over the last number of weeks and months, Buffalo was not a main team that was rumored to be interested in acquiring Jeff Skinner, but at the same time, this really makes a lot of sense for the Sabres. Now, in return, the Buffalo Sabres send prospect Cliff Pooh, along with 3 draft picks, a 2019 second-round pick, a 3rd rounder, and a 6th rounder in 2020. So I think this is a fantastic deal for the Buffalo Sabres. I think this is an absolute steal. If you take a look at the draft picks, the only one that really has any decent odds of turning into an NHL player is the 2nd rounder. Not to say that the other ones won't, and we probably won't know the answer if they develop into decent NHL players or not for at least probably 4, 5, 6 years. By the time the picks happen, give them a few years to develop and so on. But at this point in time, it looks like Carolina basically gave away Jeff Skinner to Buffalo. If this was going to be such an easy deal to do, why did it not happen sooner? When the fall rolls around and the 18-19 season kicks off, the Buffalo Sabres are going to look to be a very different team, and I think they're going to be a lot more improved than a lot of people probably had them pegged for or given them credit for going into the season. This summer has been a pretty solid offseason, I'd say, for the Sabres so far. So far this offseason, the Buffalo Sabres have made some fantastic moves, and I give Jason Botterill, a very good grade on a lot of his deals here. I mean, he let go of Robin Leonard, brought in Carter Hutton, so hopefully Carter Hutton will hold down the fort here and give them some solid goaltending while their other younger goalies continue to develop. Obviously, they picked up Connor Sheary from Pittsburgh, which was pretty good. I mean, that was basically a salary dump on Pittsburgh's part, so they took advantage of that situation. Obviously, Botterill being very familiar with the Penguins after working there for many years. They obviously picked up Rasmus Dahlin, #1 overall, the 2018 draft. Obviously expected to be a generational type defenseman, so that's going to be a big help on the back end. They also have Casey Middlestat coming into the fold, who's likely going to be #1 or #2 center at some point in his career. Very offensively gifted forward. You throw in the mix some other young players that they already have, like a Jack Eichel and a Sam Reinhart, and this team suddenly looks pretty decent. Overall, I really like this deal for the Buffalo Sabres. I think Jeff Skinner is going to fit really well. He's still relatively young, still heading in his prime years, but he's got a ton of experience because he gets started so young in his career. He went straight to the NHL after being drafted by the Carolina Hurricanes, and he's going to be a tremendous fit with the Buffalo Sabres for sure. The Carolina Hurricanes, I can't help but question this move on their behalf. Obviously time will tell. Maybe at some point, like I said, 4 or 5 years down the road, if these prospects and picks turn out to be much of anything, maybe the deal will look better at that point in time. But for right now, if you look at some other trades that have kind of went down here, I mean, obviously, that's not a great haul. That doesn't give very much hope to Montreal for trading Max Pacioretty. I mean, Skinner's production has been similar to Pacioretty, but Pacioretty is older, is going to be looking for a bigger salary. So, obviously, that just goes to show what the trade market is like right now, why things are being held up as teams are just not willing to pay the prices that a lot of these other selling teams were hoping to be able to obtain. So, there you have it. I'd like to know your thoughts down below in the comments. I love this trade for the Buffalo Sabres. I think it was an absolute steal on their part. I'm still a little bit confused why Carolina wanted to trade Skinner. I understand they want to change the way they play, but really I don't think Skinner was a part of the problem. This team needs to be able to score some goals in order to have a chance to win, and he was by far the top guy on the team over the last number of years to make that happen. So look forward to your opinions down below in the comment section. If you're new to the channel here, I hope you consider subscribing. We cover all 31 NHL teams, and there's plenty of content here for all hockey fans to enjoy. So if you're new, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button as well. I'd appreciate it if you did. As always, thank you very much for watching, everybody. We'll catch you next time.